Where else is there? Okay, here, Rebecca. What's the best thing about working with little Johnny? Okay, so there's this thing that everybody says that you shouldn't work with kids and animals. I 1000% disagree with that. I think working with kids is amazing. I love working with kids. Working with little Johnny, and we got a new little Katie, and she's so sweet. I think she aired a couple days ago. They're great. They just kind of hang out, and you just have to be present, which in my opinion is like one of the funnest things to do at work. And you know, you got to kind of like memorize your lines because you have no idea what they're going to say, but that's cool. You know, that's cool. If you have a cat, if you have like a monkey or something, just try and sit there and have a conversation with them. You have no idea what's going to come out of their mouth. And if you have a kid, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So just be present. Jenny, what do you enjoy doing outside of work? Well, Jenny, I enjoy a lot of things. I still play hockey a couple times a week. I like to be outside. I like to surf. Obviously now with the 6-week-old son, I spend a lot of time with him. And if I'm not with him, I usually have a list of things that I need to get in order to make our house go around, because my wife is at home with the child as of right now. So that keeps me busy. And yeah, that's what I usually do outside of work. And when I'm outside of work, I'm usually memorizing lines for the next day of work anyway. So to be honest, work is a big part of my life, which I am grateful for. Is there some more on here?
A lot of people are asking about the haircut.
What are you talking about? What haircut? No idea what you're talking about. Yeah, I got a haircut. I wanted my son to feel solidarity with me and vice versa. So I decided to mirror my son's new haircut. This is actually a little bit longer than mine. But I just wanted to do something different for summer. Felt good. And I felt like Billy needed a change. She got, this whole Phyllis thing. First she says she wants to be with me, and then she decides she doesn't want to be with me, and I don't know why. So I just figured I might as well get a haircut.
And how's it like working with Jess Walton?
Oh, I love working with Jess Walton. She's like one of my favorite people. I've never had a mother per se on camera, so she's so good. I've watched her make things work, and her attention to detail is fantastic. She's a pro, and I feel like we really, really get along, and it's really nice. And I actually feel like we actually could be mother-son. So it's really, really fun. I love working with her. Any scenes that I have with her, I feel very, very connected to her. Yeah. We have more coming. So thank you. Heather. No, we already got that one. Do I scroll? Oh, that's how you work an iPad? Mm-hmm. Interesting. Funny story, I actually did this with a menu about 2 weeks ago. And menus don't scroll, like not an actual restaurant menu. If anybody's done that, you know what I'm talking about. Michelle, how many hours of shooting roughly do you have to do for one episode? Well, I mean, that depends on the shots and things like that. But realistically, we're shooting about five to six episodes per week, and we shoot for 4 days out of the week. So there's days that we're doing one episode, there's days that we're doing 2 or 3, depending on sets and things like that. So, and the earliest I'm usually here is 7 o'clock, and usually the latest I'm out is like 7, 8. That's a long day. So as you can tell, it's usually about a 10-hour day that we're shooting, and it's pretty constant throughout the day. So Tammy says, do you ride a motorcycle like your character? I actually do. I have a couple motorcycles. Anybody that knows anything about motorcycles, I have a 1972 BMW toaster tank, I have a 1964 Triumph, and I have a 1981 Harley Davidson. So those are my 3 motorcycles. And Wendy, is there any actor on the show that you admire? I mean, I admire anybody that does this job, because I know personally how difficult it is to do what we do in one take, and to move on as quickly as we do, and to memorize the lines and basically keep the train on the tracks, because like I just said, we shoot so much in a week that it takes a very focused, talented group to do it. Behind the camera, in front of the camera. everybody. But I mean, needless to say, like I just said, Jess has been doing fantastic work for a very, very long time. Obviously, Eric, Peter. I've had the pleasure of working with other people in the industry that are the same, that just do it day in and day out, and my hats are off to all of them. What is there? Let's see. Well, refresh. Does that work?
Ask about your hobbies. We got a lot of questions.
My
about
hobbies? My hobbies. Well, that goes in line with like what I do outside of work. My hobbies are like I said, I still play hockey once a week at least, which is a lot of fun. I like to be outside. I like surfing. I like to travel a lot. I like to travel anytime that I have off. My wife and I like to get out of town and visit random countries. She's from Australia, so we go back to Australia at least once, sometimes twice a week. Or, yeah, that would be a lot. Twice a week would be a lot. It's a long flight. I don't honestly think you can do that twice a week. One of these days I will try, and I will get back to you. For our next Facebook chat, I will have traveled to Australia twice in 1 week, just to prove you or me wrong, I guess. Yeah, I like to do that kind of stuff outside. I really like to travel. And I'm excited to show the world to my little boy. What else do we have? Wendy, if you weren't on the show, what would I be doing? That's a question from Wendy. If I wasn't on Young and the Restless, what would I be doing? Well, I mean, there's a couple things. I would probably be looking for more work. Realistically, if I wasn't on Y&R, I would be auditioning, trying to get other work, because I love acting. And I love what I do. I'm always developing other projects with friends and partners and things like that. Outside of the acting thing, I mean, I'd have to say I'd probably still be in the business, but I would say I'd probably be an architect. I love architecture, and it's something that I've always wanted to develop and study. So, not that it's too late. I think you can do it. I think I can do it. And I tell myself in the mirror every single morning when I wake up. Yeah. Oh, there's more? Oh, you guys, crazy. Love the show from Ontario. Hi, Ontario. Maria said that for anybody that's watching that doesn't know, I'm actually Canadian, and I was just up there last week. Took my son with my wife to visit the family, and we had an amazing time. I love how green it is in Canada. Hi, Maria from Ontario. I'm from Alberta. What's the reason behind naming your son Bowie? Alana is asking, Alana Clark. We just really love the name. Even before David Bowie passed away, we had the name in our back pocket. So when he passed away, we were actually a little bit nervous that more people were going to name their son Bowie, which is still a possibility. But either way, we were kind of set on the name. We didn't know what we were having, if it was going to be a boy or a girl. So we had about 3-4 names waiting in the wings until we realized that we were having a boy, and then it came down to 2 names, and then it was very soon after it became Bowie. So, and then his middle name is Banjo, and that's named after an Australian poet, Banjo Patterson. So Boy Banjo, that's his name. If you don't like it, send me requests, and I'll talk to my wife, and maybe we can do something about that. Okay. Thanks, Alana. Tracy, favorite place to hang out in LA? The beach. I love hanging out at the beach. There's a couple places that I like to go have drinks. There's a place called Bar Stella that I like to go to. Restaurants, any sugarfish, really. I'll eat a sugarfish like any time of the day, any day of the week. If I'm not in Australia, obviously. Yeah, what else? Lori, I watched the show all the time from Mount Pearl, Newfoundland, Canada. You're doing a great job, by the way. Thank you. I'm not sure there's a question in there, but I'll read it again because you say you love what I do on the job. So thank you very much, Miss Pittman. That's it. Are we wrapping it up with about 17 exclamation points, just so I know what I'm doing? They make fun of me because it's my first time, but I can wrap up. Anyways, thank you so much. Sorry for the little delay in the beginning. It's my fault. I don't know how to work a computer. So I appreciate all your time. Thank you so much for watching the show. Thank you for personally supporting me. If you don't like what I'm doing, that's cool. Just give me another 3 months and I'll try and make it up to you. Appreciate it. Love you. And don't forget, 11,000 episodes coming up. Huge. Congratulations, YNR, and to everybody in the family.